out, then you should try to go back to the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't checking out my past videos, make sure you check out my past videos, man. I post at nighttime, Pacific time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure at the time I'll be posting, it be nighttime on the east side too. You know what I'm saying? And on the other coast. You know what I'm saying? But I pretty much upload after 6 p.m. Pacific time. Today, we got a video from Everything Always. Shang-Chi 2 announcement. Been waiting on this. See what they talk about, man. Shang-Chi
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Broman, aka All Fighters. Now, as you may have noticed, there's a really good chance that the Spider-Man trailer is going to drop tomorrow. Officially, we all know tickets are going on sale, and
we got another trailer tomorrow. I'm glad I'm doing this video, bro. Y'all better tune in, bro. I'm here for it.
They are doing a ton of promo, especially on YouTube right now, with something they've spun off as a Ned Talk, talking about Spider-Man and tracking him. It's a whole thing. They are spending a lot of money on this marketing campaign, but as you can imagine, the talent from said movie are now entering into the press junket where all questions are on the table, obviously regarding the MCU. Let's face it, they normally are, whether or not it's for a Marvel project. Destin Daniel Cretton actually took the question of when Shang-Chi was going to get a sequel head on, and it's good news. We're breaking it all down, the announcement that they are currently working on Shang-Chi 2. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do daily Marvel content at the channel.
I'm not gonna lie, bro, I be feeling like, even I know the title says Shang-Chi 2, so it's like kind of seem like it's a movie, but who knows, bro? They might be dropping a TV show, because I've been hearing about a Doctor Strange Academy, and I believe Shang-Chi is supposed to be a part of that or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or am I tripping? Y'all let me know, bro.
That's all we do. If you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below that will automatically enter you for all our ongoing giveaways. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so keep in mind real quick before we jump into this video that Spider-Man was never the original plan for Destin Daniel Cretton. That in fact, and even before he was slated to do Shang-Chi 2, they actually had him on Avengers Kang Dynasty, the 5th installment of the film, and they were going to get a different director to do Avengers Secret Wars. Obviously, all of the plans changed, and when they brought the Russos on, it made sense for them to do Doomsday in order to set Secret Wars up. So I don't want to say that giving him Spider-Man was a consolation. I think that sort of sets it in the pejorative or the negative, and I don't mean to imply that at all, because being able to direct a Spider-Man movie, and because of the type of cinematography and the type of story that Spider-Man commands, and because Marvel got to set their own bar with the Avengers, Spider-Man films go beyond just the MCU. Being able to direct a Spider-Man film is about as high up a stone as you can get in the MCU. It's not a consolation prize.
It's not even just it's in the movie entertainment industry in general, bro. If you direct a Spider-Man movie, bro, I feel like a lot of people is gonna be throwing scripts. Not even, well, yeah, they're gonna be throwing scripts and stuff at you, all types. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a director, right? And the director is the one that plays out the script. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, set things in place so the script can be played out to its best ability. You know. And I'm pretty sure after you do a Spider-Man movie or a Marvel movie in general, you know what I'm saying, you already get a lot of offers and stuff. Now that he's doing a Spider-Man movie, I guarantee you, bro, he's getting probably a shit ton of different offers, probably from Marvel themselves. You know what I'm saying? Probably even from Sony to do some of their villain movies. You know what I'm saying? Villain movies and TV shows. They might even have him come on to do more TV shows, bro. Let's be real, bro. I would honestly love more TV shows from Marvel, bro, with longer seasons. Because I feel like movies are good, but I feel like there could be some really good TV shows, bro. Like, even for some of the villains should have their own TV show. Like Morbius, he should have a TV show instead of a movie. You know what I mean?
By any means, but still different than just doing what we expected in Shang-Chi 2. Keep in mind, he's been working on some of the television shows, including Wonder Man. And since he's basically doing every franchise in Marvel right now but Shang-Chi, it's not surprising he was asked about it in this podcast, and this is what he had to say in regards to Shang-Chi 2, quote, "We are working on it. The first film's reception was incredible. We want to honor that. It's evolving in a way we're excited about." So, for the ever-growing list of films we now know are confirmed in the earliest stages of pre-development or even further, for the upcoming what we're still calling the Mutant Saga, and may be wrong about when Marvel finally unveils what kind of saga it is, we now know that we're getting the X-Men reboot, Black Panther 3, Deadpool 4, Fantastic Four 2, and now Shang-Chi 2. Honorable mentions go to Spider-Man 5, Thor 5, and Midnight Suns. Now, I've been pretty vocal here at the channel that Shang-Chi is a character that a lot of the world should have revolved around during the multiverse saga. If they had reintroduced him at least a couple more times, tied him into storylines like Secret Invasion, he may have single-handedly saved Secret Invasion if he'd been a major part of it. But if they had focused on Shang-Chi as a point-of-view character the way that they did with others during the Infinity Saga, I feel like that would have gone a long way in galvanizing what just seemed like a completely disconnected story in the multiverse saga. Marvel Studios apparently learned from that as they're employing a totally new technique for what we're about to see in Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and now hearing that Shang-Chi 2 is on the horizon gives Marvel another chance to use Shang-Chi as, again, one of those point-of-view characters, because in order to survive, Marvel Studios is going to have to grow new roots.
Is he gonna ever fight Doctor Doom? Because the theory is Doctor Doom is gonna be going after the rings too to gain more power. So is he gonna fight Doctor Doom in his second movie? Like, I wonder when the movie, like, the story is going to take place. I wonder if it's going to take place before Doomsday or after Doomsday and before Secret Wars, or it's going to happen after Secret Wars, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what happened at the end of Shang-Chi, the first movie, when he left with, I believe his name is Wong. I feel like that's where Shang-Chi 2 was going to continue the story from, is when he left with Wong and they went to go figure out, I guess, what's going on with the rings and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, why they sending out a beacon or whatever. Or do you think at the end of Shang-Chi is going to be, like, connected to Doomsday? You know what I'm saying? Directly. I don't know, bro. That's why I'm like, maybe Shang-Chi 2 is going to be explaining more about what happened after Shang-Chi 1, you know what I'm saying? But it seemed like it might come out in between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Who knows?
Simu Liu is a young enough actor that he could be around playing Shang-Chi at least through the next saga that ends in 2032. That's confirmed by Kevin Feige. Well, that's if they don't extend it with delays, and that would be a literal first if they didn't. But literally, he could be playing Shang-Chi for the next decade or more in the MCU. They need to invest in those characters, in their storylines and arcs, and really there's no reason we shouldn't have seen him and a couple of other characters more times than we did here during the multiverse saga. What I will also say, though, is it is pretty peculiar that they decided to stay away from Shang-Chi's story after the first one for all of the years that the multiverse saga took, and only because it feels like his 10 rings still have something to do with the gyroscope that Doctor Doom is going to use in order to locate something. We've heavily theorized here at the channel, based on the way that the 10 ring scene looks in that post-credit scenes, that could be a map to Loki, so to speak, or at least the TVA, the center of the world tree, but we're still not even sure on that. And since the 10 rings are so important, or at least they were set up to be, it's really surprising they ignored that Easter egg the entire time and are going to save it for a cold callback coming up here in about 6 months when Doomsday finally drops. Now, look, I know that going a little bit meta on this, it kind of is a spoiler, because it's like, wait. If there's going to be a Shang-Chi 2 and a Fantastic Four 2 and a Thor 5, doesn't that mean that all of these characters survive Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars?
Exactly.
And I mean, look, yeah, if you were cast in the...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, is it going to take place before or after? Because depending on what movies take place after Doomsday, we kind of know what characters are going to survive. You know what I'm saying? Unless these movies after Avengers Doomsday, unless the time frame is going to take place before the Doomsday battle and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they could do that. These movies could take place before Avengers Doomsday, but just come out after the Doomsday movie. You know what I'm saying? Marvel could be playing tricks on us like that. Like, oh yeah, they think these characters are going to be around because they got movies coming out after the movie, but in reality, they actually died. The movies are just about some other things that happen or Doomsday. I see them doing that, bro. It's honestly a smart thing to do, bro, because then it'll keep us a little bit more like, you wouldn't know who died. You know what I'm saying? 5 years in the MCU, you know, a lot of people are starting to figure
you're
out,
probably going to survive Secret Wars. If you were cast before that, your character sort of made it into the multiverse saga, I would say there's at least a more than 10% chance that, yeah, you could end up dying in Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and maybe you won't be resurrected when Franklin presumably remakes reality and the timeline after they defeat Doctor Doom. Maybe that's not even the way it'll go, but characters that just got cast in major roles, like the Fantastic Four, they're not going anywhere. They didn't cast Pedro Pascal or Vanessa Kirby only to play those roles once or twice or through the end of the saga and then recast a completely new Fantastic Four for the future of the MCU. That's just was never ever on the table. So yeah, there are some safe assumptions for new characters that we can make in a way that does sort of spoil things. Is Shang-Chi gonna survive Avengers Secret Wars? Of course he is, because how would there ever be a second movie? And look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they kill him off and that's the end of Shang-Chi in the MCU forever, but that would be a little silly, right? Like for Bucky might not make it out of this one alive. And I'm really worried about Bucky and a couple of the other older actors. Like
I'm worried about Iron Man because I really don't see anybody else playing Iron Man but RDJ, bro. Y'all gotta who do y'all think can play Iron Man? Like a young actor that's in the game right now, bro. Who do y'all think can play Iron Man, bro? Like a good Iron Man, a good Tony Stark. I just can't see nobody else playing them, bro. I can't, bro. We keeping Spider-Man. Who will play Captain America? Because I really feel like it's hard to see. I may be biased because these are the first people we seen, or these are the first people I seen play these characters. So for me, it's like I can't see nobody else playing it because they were the only ones who ever played them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see nobody else in them suits and nothing like. But I am scared for those characters to die off, bro, because then it's like now we gotta. Because then it's like now we gotta, because later on down the road, a decade or whatever from now, it's gonna be a new Iron Man, Captain. This whole thing is kind of gonna come back around a little bit for the new generation. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be weird for me to see, like, damn, I remember when RDJ was Iron Man. He was hard, bro. I guess it's the same thing for a lot of older people right now. Like, yeah, we remember somebody else used to play Iron Man, or this person played the Hulk. You know what I'm saying?
Paul Rudd might be toast, but
I don't know, bro. I just feel like these characters right now, like
the multiverse saga, maybe save Yelena Belova. They're gonna be around. They're gonna be around for a while.
Feel like that
a good long while. Probably gonna survive this saga. Probably gonna survive the next one. And seriously, they better not make it another Dark Phoenix
I'm excited though that we got Shang-Chi 2 officially coming. I'm saying this is official because I don't think there will be any I don't think there will ever be an announcement for a Shang-Chi 2 movie unless they were really making it. A lot of people, not just me, has been talking about what happened with Shang-Chi's story after, he left with Wong. You know what I mean? A lot of people kind of want to know what happened. And some people think it'll connect to Doomsday. I honestly think that scene might connect to Doomsday. But then again, if it does, then it makes me wonder, what would the story be for Shang-Chi 2? Y'all gotta let me know about the comics, like what else he did, what other things he fought, you know what I mean? Because he probably have a dope story. Because the first part of his story was fire, bro. I loved it. I loved the movie from top to bottom, bro. So I already feel like I'm gonna love the Shang-Chi 2 from top to bottom as well, bro.